everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles. Welcome, glad you're here. We are about to embark on a 15-minute Wednesday weekly craft challenge to see what I can make with these some are little tiny scraps and some are larger pieces, and this is where I just try to sit here and think of things that I can make with my scraps. I may change it up a little at times and, bring out a paper pad or bring out, a pile of other types of craft materials. But right now, of course, there's no end to the paper scrap, so it makes it fun. Hopefully I will come up with something you guys like and that's interesting. And I'm going to start the timer here in just a minute. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll consider doing so. All those things help creators like me as we go. So thanks, you guys. All right, let's put on the timer. And that's not the timer. I always struggle with this one. All right, nope, that's the stopwatch. I really want the timer. That's an alarm. Sorry, y'all, here it is. They all look the same. All right, 15 minutes goes super fast. Here we go. Okay, all I have are things, I have lots of things that I can kind of reach. So I'm trying to look at some of these pieces that are a little bit bigger and think about those. I even have, I think this is a whole piece from one of my kits. Okay, what's coming to mind is like a hidden journaling spot. None of these are printed double-sided, which would be nice, but we'll just go with one of these. Okay, and you can make these, the kind I'm going to make, you can make any size. Let's see, this paper is right at 8 inches. So I'm going to eyeball, and we may trim it off. So I'm just going to fold it to have a few folds, or maybe I'll just fold this over, right? Why not, right? Just fold it over, Pam. I'm hoping I'm going to get to make a couple of these. All right. So you want to have some folds so that it can fold up like this. But then I'm also going to, and this is where I'm also going to eyeball it, is I'm going to come down, I'll tell you about how, 1.5 inches. I decided to come down 1.5 inches. Okay. I am going to cut, I'm just inking this to show you guys what I'm cutting out. We are going to cut out this entire section, leaving this one square right here. And guys, I've done a video on this like a long time ago, I believe. Everything starts to run together, and I hope I haven't done a 15-minute craft on this one lately. I don't think I have, even though these are things that I make when I'm crafting. I don't think that I have recently. There we go. Now, this is then going to fold down like that. I'm going to angle this just a smidge. That's a smidge. Your definition of a smidge might be different. I'm hoping these will be matched close enough. I didn't hold it up there to see. All right, I'm not going to spend a lot of time inking, even though I think it does make it look fabulous, because I want to do a closure. Okay, so imagine this in your journal. We're going to do a closure, and then it opens up like this, and you have all this space to write in. And this is where if there was just a nice like coffee dye print or just something neutral there, it would, I think, really kick it up a notch. I'm not going to take time to line it to do that. Now, a button would be fabulous. But again, I'm not going to take time to sew on a button. Let me think. If I have a paper, we can do some circles with. I want something with a little bit of contrast. Maybe that bee on top. These are papers. I just did a video. It isn't well, it may be up by the time this was, I don't know, but I did a video for Pink Monarch Prints using their Eclectic Papers green and Eclectic Papers muted yellow. That's what these are. I'm looking for something that's a little bit thicker. I don't want to necessarily, oh, I know what I can do. Let me grab my circles. I may already have some in a cardstock. All right, this is going to take too long. I don't want to use my time. We'll just punch a few. You need a few layers of circles to make the type of closure I want to make. And I didn't have in my pile a thicker cardstock that I wanted. You're not going to see these polka dots, even though they're cute. Okay, so anyway, I was just saying that's where this little map paper came from, was Eclectic Papers Muted Yellow. And I think they're pretty. All right, that's 3 layers. That's probably enough. And then I'm going to put the bumblebee on top. I don't know if a bumblebee goes with vintage map, but I don't think it has to kind of go. I think it can just be something I like. Cute. I definitely want to ink him. Now, a couple of options. We could put a brad through here, but I don't want to mess up my bumblebee. So, going back to my punches, and I'm using this little one, and I'm going to punch 4. So I want to pop it up. So I'm just going to glue these together, hopefully quick. If I get to make another one, I think I will. We will do the circle and put a brad on it. I think I can reach my brads without getting up. They're usually right near my eyelids, so we can find some. Okay, I'm just going to glue this now to the back of the other one. And you're not going to see this, so it doesn't need any ink. Whoa. Try to put it in the center. I just wanted it lifted up enough. I've done these kind of closures before. We could have gone really simple and done a Velcro dot too. So that might be if I get to make a few more. Again, we can do some fast ones. All right, before I put any string on here and wrap it around, I'm going to let this dry. So this can be standalone. This can be glued to a journal page. And like I say, and then you open it up and you have the hidden spot. It kind of looks like a pocket. You could even install it as a pocket on a journal page. So very versatile item. Love it. And again, you really can make it any size. So we still have 8.5 minutes. We're doing great. Let me do one. I'm digging through the papers and I know you can't see. So let's bring them over here where hopefully you can see. And find a piece of paper that's, okay, this paper is a different size. And this is a paper, this is one of Sylvia's papers. It's pretty too. All right, we can turn it this way or we can go this way. Let's go tall, why not? And on this one, I think I'm just gonna do 3 folds. And they're not even gonna be all the same size, which is okay. But I am gonna show you how we're gonna make it work. Okay, so now we have something like this. Again, you can bust through a bunch of larger scraps with this project. All right, it's gonna, the flap part will be a little bit upside down, but again, that's okay. Now, this one is more narrow. I'm gonna have this one open up differently. So instead of cutting off these 2 sections, I'm gonna cut off this narrow section in the middle section. And I know I haven't inked it, so it's a little difficult to see, but just bear with me. All right. So now this one is going to fold up like this and the top's going to come down. And if you want it to be shorter, you can trim it off. You can leave it tall and skinny, however you like. Instead of angling this one, I'm going to corner round it and see what that looks like. And this one isn't perfect. You know, I didn't, I didn't go for perfection. I went for speed. And again, get some nice ink on here. You can decorate these more if you like. A piece of lace would be pretty, right? A fussy cut on the front piece would be cute. So again, things to think about. And let's do a, ooh, pretty. Let's get this flower right here. And I'm still probably going to, just going to use these since the paper's here. Thicken it up, and I'm probably going to stick a brad through it anyway and not worry about it. Right through that flower. Okay, so here's the other pieces. I really want to make one more if I can. Look at me really pushing myself here. Whoa. So I tend to like these about this size. I just think they look kind of cute that size, but this tall skinny one is nice. And again, if you want to write somebody a letter, do a larger piece and write them a nice letter on one of these and put that in the mail. Wouldn't that be fun? These are eyelets, these are brads. Okay. And I'm gonna pick this one. Going fast. I'm reaching for my paper piercer. And again, we're just gonna have a brad in our rose, but that's okay. Decide where I want this on here. I've already poked it through the circle just to make it easy. And then I poked it right through there. Now, if you want to, if you don't want to see the back of this brad, you could cover this. You could punch a circle and put it right over it, anything like that. I'm going to leave mine for now to make sure we don't run out of time and I get to show you guys the closures. Let me do that really quick. I'm going to tie this one on, and I'm doing the one with the brad first because I don't have to wait for it to dry. Just a quick little square knot under there, and then you can go either direction. Come around, and you could go around several times. I'm just going around once. And I usually either cut that off so it's not confusing about which end to pull. You can also, like, you know, tie a little knot or put a little bead on there. I'm gonna just make it short. Okay, so it's not confusing. And now we can just undo it and have our journaling spot. Love it. Okay, this one, absolutely the same thing. Just being careful. Since this one's glued on, it does work, but it is good to, you know, let it dry a little bit. I would also say you could, you want to use something thin, like a really bulky piece of string may not be the best choice. And you may want, you know, baker's twine would probably work, floss, you know, anything like that. Yes, I'll tie a knot on that one later. Yeah, I have 2.5 minutes. What do you think? Can I do it? Let's see if we can find another piece of paper. Oh, look, it's a bunny. Okay. I don't know if I can figure out how to make the bunny be on the front, but let's just go for it. And again, I'm just eyeballing. You could certainly you could score it. I'm going to trim this one off. And I don't think this bunny is going to be on the front when I get it folded the way I want to. I guess I could just do it that way, though. I don't know if I can. Let's keep going. Bunny. Straight. All right. I'm going to just go for it. And let's hope he ends up where I want him, or I can manipulate how I fold it. Having the bunny on the front would be so sweet. Now, if I fold him up like that, oh, look, but it covers up his face. Pam. All right. What are our options? I guess I could make it really tiny and put a little tab on this side. I don't know, it may look weird, but let's go for it. Talk about living on the edge and eyeballing it. Woo! Okay, I don't have any more of this paper. Let me think. We are gonna run out of time. This is what I'm thinking. Do I have something at least sort of neutral? Look at these bunnies. All right, we're gonna make a tab out of this, knowing that I can put a sticker or a label or something on it. I just think that'll be cute, just like that. 29 seconds, almost done, almost done. This one is gonna be a touch different. All right, I'm going fast. I know you guys don't care if I really go over a few seconds, but it's a challenge. Okay, definitely want to add some ink to this one. Look, I said a Velcro dot would be an easy closure. Look at that. Ta-da, ta-da, the timer's going off. I can feel my wrist vibrate. All right, I think we did it. It's a sticky side. All right, let me turn that off. Done. Set that aside. Okay. He's totally different. Doesn't have a string, but he opens like this. And you have all that journaling space. Isn't he precious? I love it. And I do want to do like one little tiny something. I thought I was going to be able to put my hand on what I wanted really quick. How about, I don't know. There we go. It just needed something. 25 cents. Okay, that's our project for today. I hope you loved making these. Like I said, you may have seen other tutorials that I've done on these, but that's okay. I did it for the challenge, and for some people who may have not ever seen this, it'll be something new you can make. I hope you like it. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Until next time, have a great day, everybody.